I don't care who's doing better than me. It's an interesting thought. Like to not actually care if anybody else is producing at a higher level than you. If anyone else has something that you don't have. Like to actually get to a place where you truly don't care who's better than you is an ultimate fucking game changer. This is one of the reasons a Warrior works. It's one of the reasons why WarriorCon 4 that's coming up here in less than 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We close tickets out in 2 weeks. That's why men come to this place. They don't come because they're trying to be better than me or they're trying to be better than anyone else. Men come to Warrior and come to the gates of Warrior and have come to Warrior for the last decade, long before printing white print on t-shirts was a cool thing to do. Long before men training was a thing to do. Long before it was cool and popular for guys to join men's groups publicly and to talk about their feelings and to be empowered and to be authentic. Well, long before all that shit began, dude, Warrior was running this show. Period. I think it's fun as I disappeared for 4 years. People thought I disappeared. What I did was go underground, write 6 books, create software for $6 million invested into that tool, build the systems, process, maps, and protocols, only to come back out just like Amazon did when they realized that they weren't just a company that sold books and then they disappeared off the radar, only to come back with all the tools, technology, and systems that take over the game. This is exactly what we've been doing, just in case you might be wondering. Didn't disappear. Along the way, bought a castle. We had 2 more kids. Did a whole lot of shit. My marriage got lit on fire. And none of that actually matters. Because, see, along the line, I wasn't trying to compete with anybody else. I saw a window inside of where Warrior could do ultimate impact on the marketplace for the next 30 to 50 years. That was beyond me as a backpack coach. Right? So all my backpack coaches out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Backpack consultants, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't have a business, you got a backpack business. It's awesome. It's awesome. But the challenge is most of the people are on your consultant cocaine, right? Most of the guys at Warrior were on the Garrett J. White cocaine. Many of you were on the Garrett J. White cocaine. You plug in and you listen, you're like, man, I love getting fucking high on that Garrett J. White cocaine. Feels so good to just listen to the videos, watch the audios. Hell, sometimes I can come to the events and feel it, right? The problem is if you feel the Garrett J. White cocaine train, but you don't start waging war with yourself to be better than you today than you were last year, it doesn't fucking matter. One of the tragedies is to watch you sit in the social media environment today and keep looking at all these people doing cool shit. All these people building businesses, building lives, building bodies, building spiritual relationships, and in our case, in Warrior, building all of it at the same time. And then to sit in that environment and watch. Watch the power of what they do with their lives, but at the same time, not acknowledge the power of what you do in your own. I'm going to show you something interesting. I'm going to show you a little clip. One of my guys, Rick Steele. Rick Steele was here at Warrior long before the software, long before the tools. I'm going to show you a little clip of his video. He sent me via text. Hold up. I'm going to show you 2 little clips today. Hold up. Here's one. Here's one little clip from Rick Steele. He's about to compete in the Ironman World Championships.
What's up, man? I never replied to your text, and that sucks. I hate that, dude. Sorry. I think much is like your life is mine. If you don't get to something in the first 5 minutes, it gets pushed down below the fold, and you got to scroll. That's proof that I've introduced too many people into my life that I need to just cut out or whatever. Anyways, not you. Let me show you where I'm at. You'll recognize this place.
There's a Kona. Hawaii. Big Island. Ironman World Championships is here.
I recognize this place by...
Happens Thursday.
The Lava Rock. You know, I'm on my iPhone right now, which is kind of funny. And I thought I would shoot you a video because last time we talked, I said, hey, I blame you for enabling me to peer pressure me into an iPhone, which I'm glad you did because this thing is so much better than Android. The camera, all of it, the user interface. But also there's another thing I blame you for. And I say this so grateful because, 5 years ago during Warrior Week, I guess it was 6 years ago, but 5 years ago, no, it was 5 years ago because it was 2017 I did my first Ironman. And that was coming off of, the previous Warrior Week. So you had said, you know, you had put Iron Man in my, you know, kind of thought process. And I told myself I'd never do something so crazy. I didn't believe I could, right? And I did, became passionate about it. And here I am now 5 years later. You know, last year they canceled it, but last year I was able to qualify for World Championships twice, two different ways. And I just can't even believe that I'd gone from this person who needed a wise mentor, sage, to come along and just implant that in me that it's possible. I was looking at my numbers the other day, 28,000 miles on the bike, over 10,000 miles running, and almost 1,000 miles swimming in the last 5 years. To be able to be at this place now, I got my family here, to compete in the Ironman World Championships. I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am for you and what you do, dude. It's, you know, it's the God's fucking work that you do, man. And it's like, you know, I'm in such a better place because of Warrior. You know, I'm by no means perfect, but I will tell you that there's not a day I don't wake up thinking about what's important in my life and who I have to become to accomplish the goals and the things that I want to do. So that's because of you and what you built, man. So I appreciate that. We're going to go out and crush this thing here on Thursday. And I just want to let you know I appreciate you, dude. Love you.
You know I get texts like that every single day. Like, I realize the Backpack Coach Revolution is upon us, and that every goddamn person under the sun thinks that they are about helping men, and I'm all about that too. I'm all about helping these guys help these men. But you gotta understand, like, I'm like the original UFC, like the original cage fighters. We started down this path 10 years ago. Rick Steele exited his business, multiple hundreds of millions of dollars, and built a marriage back that's unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. A life that's unrecognizable. And he's still getting the results. Why? Because the man learned one simple thing you heard in that video, which is he learned to compete with himself. That's it. He didn't care what anybody else was doing. He cared about what he was doing. And that became the core message in Warrior. It still is the core message in Warrior. Who the fuck are you going to become based upon the man that you are? I just got offline. Listen, in my setup here today, I got a couple one-on-one calls. All my guys are $250,000, $500,000 a year invested to have a conversation with me. We've got other guys at $1 million a year. Have a conversation with me. Rick Steele's a big player. These aren't fucking small players. These aren't dudes that just start businesses, right? That's why people look at my social media and they're like, oh my God, he doesn't have a bajillion followers. It's because I don't have 190,000 19-year-olds who are famously passionate about fucking TikTok dancing. My guys are legit businessmen who deal with legit lives, who push. And many of you watch, but you don't comment, you don't engage. You're fucking watching this video right now. But you won't like this video, you won't comment on this video, because the fun thing about people who like and comment, they tend to not buy and they tend to not do much. It doesn't mean that's always the case, but they tend to be more of the fans and less of the people who are focused to do the fucking work. In 3 weeks from now, I'll have just under 200 men in person, all staying at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, all participating in shuttled over experiences, the hybrid studios at Warrior Studio. We'll have thousands of people participating online, all men, experiencing this power. I'm bringing in 9 different men's movements, the key guys of these movements that all started at Warrior that are coming in to support in the training environment in this. The men are going to get to participate in the 2.0 version of the Warrior app software. You're going to get the most upgraded software game about doing one simple thing. How the fuck do I win in life? And I'm not some 65-year-old who just came around and wrote some happy, clappy, fucking make you feel good book. I'm not for everybody at all, any stretch of the imagination. But guys like Rick line up by the droves here. Producers, creators, men who are committed to big shit. Men who know what it is to be married, have children, and run companies. That's it. I'm done fucking around with this game of like trying to help everybody. I went through a season of this. I'm going to try to help everybody. No, the reality is most men are going to die having done not a fucking thing significant in their lives. So I don't give a shit. They're all the ones that run their mouth and they circle jerk each other on my Facebook ads, my Instagram ads, and oh my God, this guy's a pussy. They hate their jobs. They hate their lives. They spend most of their time jerking off into a toilet after watching Pornhub than they do having any type of lustful relationship with their wife. They've got bodies that are out of fucking shape. I love it when the fatties always want to talk. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, fatty. The fuck are you going to tell me? Broke trailer park fatty. Fuck you. But you know what? I get it. Because at some point, all of us started there. But most of us start there in our heads. We're fat in our heads. We're stupid in our heads. And we get stuck in this game of comparison, trying to compare ourselves to everybody else. We keep thinking, if I just was as good as that guy, then I would be powerful. No. That's not what we're after. We're not after you being as powerful as that guy. We're after you being absolutely dominant in who you are today compared to who you were last week. There's shit right now that you don't do. We don't do miracle work around here. It's not miraculous. It's simple. That's why people avoid it. Because they want to go find some magic pill that makes it feel all fancy and magical. It's not. It's called fucking work. That's it. You want to win? Do work. You want to win? Do work. It's not complicated. The question is, what work do you do? That's what we teach you here. That's what Work On 4 is all about. We're going to guide you and teach you step by step the protocols of the code, the stack, the chord, the door, and the game. And how men like Rick, long before it was easy with software, long before it was popular with all the books, long before all the curriculum was written, long before the maps, and long before the thousands of people who have proven that this shit works. Period. We're going to show you how. You know the greatest thing about being in competition with yourself? Is that you always know you could have done more. But if you sit in the game of being just what I call king of the shitheads, and that means you end up finding yourself in a situation where you justify. I'm going to show you something else. Right? Because people look at me and they're like, oh, you're kind of a dick. I was like, I am kind of a dick. My job's not to be nice. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to get friends. And I'm not trying to get followers on social media. Fuck your followers on social media. I'm not after followers. I'm liberate warriors. That's it. I wake up warriors and we activate kings. That's what we do around here, which means that 99% of the people that ever watch my shit, hopefully it helps you a little bit do something. But here's what I know for certain. You ready? It's really, really simple. In every king who has it all, there is a warrior. But in every warrior, there is not a king. Period. Some men are just born to be soldiers their whole lives. They will never be generals. They can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not talking to that guy. I also know this to be true. In every warrior is a man, but in every man is not a warrior. Most men are fucking pussies. Most men will not do what's required. Most men will sit around and waste their money on webinar products, software products, the next coaching trend, the next magic hack, the next biohacking system, but you can't get these people to actually do what's fucking required day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. There's no magic science here, and kings know this. Men who've built anything big know that it doesn't come from some magnificent overnight action. It comes from a willingness to be disciplined on a daily basis, which is how Warrior was born. Warrior was born as a weapon, as a tool to support you in what? Being able to activate on a daily basis predictable power with an operating system inside of you as a king that activates the warrior and activates the king, that allows you to see and to act and to behave and to move in a world in a way that's different than anything you would have done before. More often than not, your biggest problem is not that you don't know what to do, it's that you won't do it. And because you won't do it, you can't see what to do next. So guys come to Warrior, they're like, oh my God, this isn't like that complicated. I was like, it's not. But it's the hardest shit you'll ever do in your entire fucking life. But what's the option? What's the alternative? Fucking around your whole life? Having your wife disappointed in you? Being disappointed in yourself? Telling your kids you can't afford it one more time? Sitting in a situation that you think that the president's going to save you? You think that somehow the government's going to save you? You elect the right governor, your state's going to save you? You think somehow your pastor's going to save you? You're fucked if you think any of this is true. The only person going to save you is you. And this is where everybody jumps in on the Christian train, a little sanitized game, and they're like, oh my God, you can't talk about salvation. Jesus already saved everyone. I know that. I'm not downplaying that at all. I accept that. I accept that 100%. The blood of Christ, I've accepted this. Period. The end. You might not like my language. You might not like how I deliver it. You might not like my methods. The crazy part is they didn't like how Jesus and the apostles did it either. They weren't exactly dancing up and down. If you remember, they fucking killed him. So can we stop this happy, clappy bullshit narrative that Christianity has decided to evolve while demasculating men and turning them into the biggest fucking pussies that have ever walked the planet? That's not how it was. It's not how it is. But man, has society gotten you convinced that's how it is. See, we sit on the backside here, Wake Up Warrior, as well as all the other movements that we're linking arms with. I Am a Comeback, Lions Not Sheep, The Edge, Titans, Apex, any of the rest of the groups that are running in this game right now to support men. Because listen, there's a deficit in programs, a deficit in qualified men who lead from what they live that can help these men out of the pit. For fuck's sakes, we got movies now called Woman King, for God's sakes. I'm not about disempowering women. I'm not about women not being in power. But I can tell you right now, there's about 100 people speaking to the power of women and about one speaking to the power of men. And if these women don't fucking start seeing this, you're going to end up with a basket of pussy men who can't do shit. You're not going to be led. You're not going to have a partner. You're not going to have men that can stand and defend you. And I can promise you, all of your political correctness and all of your social media correctness and all the rest is ain't going to do shit when the darkness rolls in on your family. So you either got a man that can rise up or you don't. Physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, he can either represent as a king and defend you in the castle or not. So if you're sick and tired of this bullshit, stop this sanitized fucking Christian game that you're playing. It was not clean back in the day. It was ugly. It was dirty. Revival is not happy. Revival is war. Period. It's war. People are like, why don't you leave California? I was like, why do you keep fucking running from the fight? You think the answer is disappear to Florida? Go hide in Texas? Exactly. So head to your mega churches and wipe your hands with your sanitization cream and yell holy, holy from the rooftops. And I'll just go ahead and head with the rest of the producing prophets to the front line of the fucking war. And you guys keep celebrating, giving yourself fucking trophies. You and all the celebrities that want to give yourself awards to each other about how great actors you are. Another like Hollywood jerk-off session. Or you could choose something different. I'm not against the church. I'm not. I'm all about the church. I am. I think a lot of churches, a lot of pastors are doing a great job helping a lot of people. I think a church is a great place for people to start. But I also know this, if you're a man that runs a business with children, if that's you, if you're a man who's sitting in a place of deep frustration, feeling alone, feeling isolated, feeling like you got nobody to talk to, feeling like your wife doesn't understand you. My wife and I were just talking about this yesterday. I said, babe, when a man is married to a woman who gets pregnant and he gets her pregnant, it's his fault. He knows this. I was like, it's difficult for a man to be married to a woman when she's pregnant. She's like, well, you acted all weird. I was like, you got a fucking human being growing in your body. We're not sure what to do with this. We go into protective mode. We want to defend the castle. At the same time, we still want to fuck. There's Beats Fest still wants to fuck. So then we're kind of weird about the whole thing. We're not sure how to play it out with you. And that's why most chaos and most problems begin with men in the game of pregnancy and having children. It's this weird oxymoron. God said multiply and replenish the earth. So we're like, here we are multiplying and replenishing the earth, only to end up in this weird pit trying to dig ourselves out. Most men are trying to dig themselves out of a pit that was created during the birth of all their children. They don't know how to show up. They're trying to. Well, we figured it out. We figured out the married game. We figured out how to play this game. We figured out how to play this game here in a way that allows a man to win. One of my guys this morning, he was hilarious. He said, you know what? I can't handle it. He said, if I get one more fucking quote from the book of Ephesians, I swear to God, I'm going to punch one of these pastors in the throat. I said, yeah, welcome to my life, my friend. I have nothing wrong with it either. I have nothing wrong with it either. I always love it when they quote me from the book of Psalms. It's beautiful. I love it. I appreciate the book of Psalms. It's great. You know why I love the book of Psalms? Because here's a guy who killed Goliath. Went on to build a massive kingdom, then killed a dude to fuck a girl. He's a normal dude. Normal dude. And you read from his words every single day. You realize all those words in the book of Psalms don't come about if a man didn't kill a guy to fuck a girl. You understand this? This is real talk. That's fucking life. That's how it works. So as much as you want to wrap it up in the next Hillsong United Church song, and the next you want to wrap it up in your religious frame, and next you want to wrap it up in your I hope somebody's coming to save me social media TikTok bullshit experience, the rest of you keep doing that, and here at Word, we'll just keep doing what we do. We'll keep waking up kings. We'll keep giving them the weapons to keep themselves awake, and we'll unify with other kings to build kingdoms. I got another video I'm going to show you. Ready? You ready to check this out? Check this out. Listen, if you're not registered for WarriorCon 4, you got less than two and a half weeks before we shut tickets down. The event's going to happen with or without you. 26, 27, 28, 29, you're either going to be participating with us with my facilitators and trainers and myself virtually, or you're not. And guess what? The only person's life is going to be fucked is yours, not mine. I'm not. I'm just fine. I'm going to move forward with or without you. Doesn't matter, because I'm not in competition with you. The challenge is you'll still be left without the tools. I'll give you one simple story, and then I'm going to share this. Ready? Here we go. Here it is. Listen, here it is. I was sitting there after I'd lost all my money in business and banking. 2008, 2009, a lot of mortgage guys going through that right now. A lot of realtors about to go through this right now. A lot of realtors and mortgage brokers are fucked. The next year, you're done. You're done, because you only knew how to make money doing real estate and mortgages when interest rates were like 2%, 3%, and the refi boom was on, and everybody could buy a house. Now it's over. You're done. The next 2-3 years, shit's going to go sideways on your face. You're going to find out real quickly you're not as good an entrepreneur you are. You were a hitman just like I was in 2008. Only it's worse now because you got rising inflation. You got imploding stock market. You got rising interest rates. And you have a real estate market that now is going to go into a deep depression. You have all real estate investors are putting games on fucking hold right now. Nobody's buying shit. Everything's locking up in a grid. And you're going, shit, I shouldn't have bought the car, shouldn't have bought the house, shouldn't have bought all those things. I get it, man. I was part of that crew. I had a crew of 100 just like that. And the game disappeared on us. And here's the fun part. U.S. is not imploding. There's just a lot of people in the United States that are going to collapse and be hurt in it. You're going to have to choose a side to be on it. You realize during the Great Depression, only 60% of the people were completely and desperately lost, and 40% prospered and were absolutely wealthy. I already know what side I'm on. That's what's so interesting. I sit around, I'm like, the world that we all operate in is not the same world. You realize that being a United States citizen does not mean you live the same life as everybody in the United States. Most people in the United States are fucking weak. Most people in the United States, they disgust me. They even call themselves Americans. Period. Most Christians disgust me. They even say they follow Christ because their examples and the way they speak and how weak they are, it makes me disgusted. I'm like, I can't believe that people put me in the place with you. It's like my black friends sending me videos with some white trash dude from the South talking shit and being super racist. And they're like, see, dude, look at your people. I was like, first off, let's get ourselves straight. That's not my fucking people any more than that thug from Chicago that I sent you a video about is you because you're black. Can we fucking get on the same page with this shit? Stop comparing me to every goddamn white person that walks the planet. Stop comparing me to every single American that walks in this gate. Because I'm not that way. Stop comparing me to every Christian. Why? Because I'm not that way. Most human beings are weak. They are terrified and they are scared. And they don't know what to do. And the sad part is God didn't build you that way. He didn't build you that way. He didn't build you that way to be scared. He didn't build you that way to be filled with fear. Jesus even said himself, I don't give you the spirit of fear. That doesn't come from me. If you feel fear, you got to make a decision. You got to choose to do something different. You got to choose to go to a different place. But where are you going to go? When are you going to go? How are you going to go? And when are you going to do it? And as much as I'd like to pretend that just being nice to you would get it done, it doesn't. Not to my guys. Not to my guys. See, you're watching this. You're my guy. You get it. You get exactly what I'm talking about. You're irritated. You're irritated because of the softness inside of everybody's dialogue around you. You're irritated because you know it's not going to get it done. You're irritated because memorizing one more scripture is not going to get it done. You're irritated because amidst all of the happy clappy talk, there's nobody with tools and weapons to actually prepare you for war. So I sat there as my world imploded in 2008, and I had to make a decision. Here's what. I had a mentor came into my life. He was a coach. He was a trainer at Landmark Forum. He'd been a Landmark Forum leader. His name was Ron Zeller. He'd been a Landmark Forum leader for like 25 years. He was in his 70s. And I had to make a decision. I had $13,000 in my account. It was $10,000 to hire Ron Zeller. $1,000 per 45-minute call. And I remember I was like paranoid because I was like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I was either going to pay the mortgage one more in a month or I was going to hire this mentor. And I had this weird thought. I was out shoveling my driveway, shoveling the snow in the driveway. I lived in Utah at the time. I'm shoveling the snow in the driveway. And I had this thought to myself. I thought to myself the following. I thought, if I pay the mortgage, I'll still be stupid and alone. If I hire this coach, I won't pay the mortgage, but I'll at least have a chance to win. But if I pay the bank's not going to help me at all. What's the bank going to do? Send me a thank you note? Nope. The next month when I can't make the payment and I'm still stupid and don't know what to do and don't have anyone in my corner and don't have any tools and don't have any weapons and I still can't solve the problem, I'll still be fucked. So I made a decision that some people said was stupid. Well, is it? Look at my life now. People always look hindsight. They're like, oh man, it's so amazing. Tell me about how you did what you did. Listen, bro, to get to where I am, you have to make a series of fucking hard decisions on top of hard decisions, on top of hard decisions, on top of hard decisions, on top of difficult, painful, disgusting decisions at times to be able to get to where you are. People want to see this game of overnight success. This overnight success is fucking bullshit. It does not happen. But what does happen is a man who wakes up one day and says, listen, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm not trying to be better than anybody else. I'm trying to be better than me. And right now that means I've got to do A, B, and C today. Let me show this video to you. Check this out. It's from a pastor, Waken Church. He's amazing. I'm going to share a piece of it. Check this. After I give a presentation of phone hacking, because sometimes people get confused. People think, oh, Garrett, you're so violent with your words. Garrett, you're so aggressive in your talk. Garrett, I don't like how aggressive you're being, Garrett. I think it's not Christ-like. I'm like, well, it's just not in the narrative in the box that you like to call Christ-like. But don't be confused about who's guiding me to do what I do every single day. I'm a weapon, period. The end, the end, the end, the end. I'm not a weapon to the masses. I'm not a happy, clappy, fill up stadiums guy. That's not my job. Guess what my job is? My job is to activate and awaken the warriors. Inside of that place, we will activate the kings. That's it. The kings and the warriors are going to wage this spiritual war. Period. Everybody else are pawns in the game. Everybody else are going to be tossed to and fro. If we don't raise up the army in the fortress of light, we're done. The end, the end, the end. So I'm not going to fucking apologize to all of our cancel culture pussies and all the weak ass people who want to keep us all suffocated and sedated and suppressed inside of little boxes we are. I'm not going to do it. Not going to fucking do it. The fucking end. Not going to fucking do it. So I didn't do it in front of 5,000 people in Florida just a week and a half ago. Here was impact from a pastor here in California at Awaken Church. Matt Hubbard, good friend of mine. He shared this with me. I want you to see it. Check this out.
What's up, brother? Hey, man, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I run a prayer meeting on Tuesday mornings, and I had about 200 guys this morning, and a couple testimonies were some of my guys that went down to the Funnel Hackers Live event and heard you speak, and how you shifted a room, completely changed.
Why is it frozen? There it is. Hold on. Keep going.
Room. You prayed for every morning, and a couple testimonies were some of my guys that went down to the Funnel Hackers Live event and heard you speak, and how you shifted a room, completely changed a room. You prayed for everybody. They were really rocked to see a man get up on a platform with such bold faith. Another God story came out of it where a gentleman was really impacted by how you honored your wife. And so he went back home, just had to come to...
Why is it freezing? For some reason, it keeps freezing. Damn it. Hold on.
Jesus meeting with his wife. All because of your boldness, man. All because of your vulnerability, your leadership to get up and do what most people won't.
Damn it. Stop. It's freezing. I'm going to play it like this because somehow when I'm playing this video, it's like getting all crazy on you. You need to hear this. Hold on. I'm going to play it like this then.
I run a prayer meeting on Tuesday mornings, and I had about 200 guys this morning, and a couple testimonies were some of my guys that went down to the Funnel Hackers Live event and heard you speak, and how you shifted a room, completely changed a room. You prayed for everybody. They were really rocked to see a man get up on a platform with such bold faith. Another God story came out of it where a gentleman was really impacted by how you honored your wife. And so he went back home, just had to come to Jesus meeting with his wife. All because of your boldness, man. All because of your vulnerability, your leadership to get up and do what most people won't. And these guys were at my men's prayer meeting that were impacted by who you be. And I just want to let you know, I think sometimes, we're all warriors. Not everybody, but, you're a warrior and you're always just taking territory. But you also need to hear the things of impact that will feed your soul. And I want to tell you, these are two guys that stood up, and I give everyone a chance just to share their God stories, what God's doing in their life. And you were a part of two men testimonies just from the platform God has given you to speak your truth. And one other guy said that he had two employees there that were totally shaken to their core, and you prayed in the beginning and you prayed at the end, and they were messed up by it. So God bless you, man. Thank you for your gift. Hopefully one day we'll get to hang out. But even if we don't, man, I know that convergence happened where we got to spend some time together on a Zoom call, and it's great seeing you on Pete Vargas's boat. But keep taking territory, keep making an impact, and thank you for what you do.
Every day. Every day. Every day, all day. Every day, all day. That's what I care about. I don't care about people liking me. I don't need friends. Fuck friends. Don't need friends. Not into it, don't need it. I got this picture from my good buddy, one of my brothers, Dave Woodward, who I've been praying for deeply, who's right now in dealing with some serious cancer. Heavy cancer. He sent me this picture of Jesus right there. I really like it. I don't know if that's how Jesus looked, but it sure is a nice picture, and it definitely works for me. I like it. Right over here over this shoulder, you see a little stand there. Let me show you this. This was the question I was asked in 2009 in the middle of all of my shitstorm of life. You can kind of see it. I'm going to put it right here. If I lead you to this stage, will you say what I need you to say? For years, I thought the voice was just a voice. I didn't know who was talking to me. I just had this internal knowing that there was this thing that I was to do. Like it's just a thing that I knew I needed to do. I didn't know who it was. Didn't know who it was. So you can imagine my surprise about 18 months ago when I come to understand in this moment up in the middle of the mountains, up in Montana, and I'm sitting by this river at this cabin, and all of a sudden I get this overwhelming understanding and truth. It was about a year and about 3 months ago that the voice I had been following for almost 10 years to build Wake Up Warrior was the voice of Christ. I did not want this. I did not want this answer because I didn't want anything to do with this Christian box. None of it. I've been raised in Mormonism. I knew what it was like to be stuck in a box of cultural, and I didn't have any problem with Mormonism. I just didn't want anything to do with the boxes. The boxes were refining for me. I hated them. I didn't want any of the boxes. Don't put me in a fucking box. Because I'm going to smash that box. I'm going to move into a new box. I'm going to smash that box and move into a new box. I'm going to keep getting in bigger boxes and bigger boxes and bigger boxes. Don't put me in it. And then I got real confused about what I needed to say and how I needed to say it. Because I was like, man, am I supposed to say things a certain way? And God's simple with me the last 9 months. He's like, I built you to be who you are. I built you to be a weapon. I built you to be an assassin. I built you to be a liberator. Will you stop trying to be a happy, clappy pastor? It's not your job. There's a role for happy, clappy pastors. You're just not one of them, Garrett. So stop fucking being nice. Start doing the thing I built you to do and build Warrior back to the place it was. So we did. This is why WarriorCon 4 exists. It came back out of the woodwork, not because I wanted to do it. I'm $1 million into prepping for this event already. The experience men are going to have in person. They're going to be at the Trump Hotel. They're just near 200 of them. They're going to shuttle back and forth on the bus to the War A Studios. And then the 1,000+ individuals are going to participate with us in the virtual experience. You will, for 4 days, over 10 to 12 hours, experience the most intense and fiery fucking revival of your entire life. The only difference is you're not going to leave with a bunch of warm feel-goods and some buddies to go drink coffee with and quote scriptures to. What you're going to end up with is a bunch of weapons and tools to deal with life on a daily basis. I'm not taking away from what your Bible can do. If you don't believe in the Bible, it doesn't matter. If you do believe in the Bible, that's fantastic. If you don't believe in Christ, it doesn't matter. If you do believe in Christ, it doesn't matter. But here at our Warrior, you're going to find out real quickly, we're kings in Christ. The end. This is what we do. Every man I'm bringing to my game, every guy that's speaking and training, every guy that's part of this game, it's not a pitch fest, it's a workshop, an experience, an immersive process. You're going to work, You're going to create results. You're going to create plans. You're going to create battle plans. And you're going to create brotherhood during these 4 days to unify you with a group of men that you can fucking trust to go to war. Now, then you go back and you'll find out real quickly your church groups and your mastermind groups and your little jerk-off session business groups with everything else you're up to, that most of this shit in EO, YPO, and all the rest of these groups, although they're great at gathering individuals, they lack one fundamental thing, and that is called power. Men come here to be free. We're not going to save you. We're not going to save you at all. Not going to save you at all from yourself. Period. But we can't support you. We can't support you. In-person tickets sold out. We've been sold out for a minute. We literally don't even have no hotel room space, nothing. Everybody's like locked and fucking loaded. We got the who's who OG status from Warrior coming back to play. In the virtual game. We would love to have you. We got tickets available. Click on the link in my bio or the link associated with this video. Get yourself in the game. I know how you play this. We got less than 2 weeks left until we lock out tickets, and you're going to all do the same damn thing everybody does. You just wait and 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 wait. And then last minute, you're like, oh, shit, I guess I'll go. And I get it. And I wouldn't be saying I'm an asshole about that because I fucking did that same thing for a long time. And then I made a couple of very critical decisions to make that leap happen for myself. And once I did, it was over. So, gentlemen, ladies, we love you, but this is not a game for you. We love you, though. We love you. We appreciate you deeply. My greatest gift to womanhood and to women in the world is to wake these fucking men up. It's a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. And I'm okay with wiping my hands off every single day of the blood required to do it. So are the men that run with me. So are the groups that run with me. So are the power players here because we know the consequence. You know the greatest benefit for us here at Warrior, it doesn't come from what the men tell us. It comes from the letters from the wives. It comes from the conversation with the children. It comes with the sit down with the families. It comes with seeing guys like Rick Steele, who 5 years later not only put his marriage back in place, but liberated his entire life at all levels and has been an inspiration to thousands of other men just like him. So, gentlemen, if we can help, you know what to do. Click on the link here with my bio on Instagram and or wherever this video is being played live. Get yourself registered for your virtual ticket with us. We're closing tickets out here in the next 2 weeks. I'd love to have you. I'd love to train you. I can promise you my virtual experience with you out of Warrior Studios is not a typical Zoom experience. These are 30-foot virtual digital walls. You're going to be interactive in the game. You will be actually the primary focus. The in-person guys will be there, but you're going to be the primary focus of our experience. So I am pumped to be with you. I'm a master on the game of technology when it comes to delivering virtual experiences. We have done this for the last 4 years. I have hybrid virtual studios in Dana Point, California. This is not new for me. I'm not a lame virtual trainer. It's going to be very exciting, very interactive. You're going to work. You're going to have breakout sessions. You're going to talk. You're going to create plans and battle plans. You're going to learn weapons. You're going to get asked questions. You're going to work with myself, my facilitators, our trainers. Get your ticket. Stop sitting on the sideline. Clear your fucking schedule. I can promise you there's a ton of men who've already cleared the schedule. Very important shit to be there. My friend, you need to be the next one. Get yourself secure.